From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, May 4th, 2016. Silver is trading at $17.23 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,278 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $448. Antiwar.com reports, adding to the number of hospitals being hit in the fighting in Syria's Aleppo province, rebels fired a flurry of rockets and mortars against a government-held district, pounding Dabit Hospital and leaving at least 19 civilians killed across the neighborhood. This happened less than a week after apparent airstrikes by the Syrian military that hit a hospital in a rebel district, killing scores of civilians there. Tuesday's rocket fire hit the maternity wing of the hospital, with 3 women killed and 17 wounded in that wing of the hospital. This is at least the 5th hospital or medical site in the city hit in the past week as part of a series of tit-for-tat strikes over less than a 2-week period that have killed nearly 300 people, almost exclusively civilians, in Aleppo. As talks continue on trying to get the regime of calm extended to Aleppo, alongside the various other areas where it has been at least marginally successful, Aleppo itself continues to see heavy shelling. The Syrian government strongly criticized the rebels for attacking amid the talks, but this just mirrors rebel complaints the day prior, and so on, as the two sides continue to trade fire. If you're fed up with the government running every aspect of your life, but you're not listening to the Lava Flow podcast yet, what's wrong with you? Go right now to thelavaflow.com/listen. The Lava Flow podcast, channeling the flow of information to the libertarian, anarcho-capitalist, voluntarist, and agorist community. Subscribe today using any podcatcher at thelavaflow.com/listen, or just go back to sucking up to the government. The Lava Flow podcast, striking the root every episode. UPI reports, citing various concerns, Georgia Governor Nathan Deal on Tuesday rejected a piece of legislation that would have made it legal for licensed persons to carry concealed firearms on campuses statewide. Lawmakers sent House Bill 859 to his desk in March, where the governor had 40 days to accept or reject it. Deal decided on the latter. The proposed law did have restrictions, but the governor said he felt it posed too great a danger because adult-age students aren't the only ones affected. Grade school and high school students, he said, also frequently visit campuses, and some include daycare centers. Dill wrote in a statement on Tuesday which outlined 15 vetoes of other legislation. If the intent of House Bill 859 is to increase safety of students on college campuses, it is highly questionable that such would be the result. In issuing the veto, Dill cited an 1824 case during the establishment of the University of Virginia in which officials decided to bar students from keeping or using weapons or arms of any kind. Former Presidents Thomas Jefferson and James Madison were part of that decision. Dill, who took some criticism for vetoing a religious freedom bill in March, signed a law in 2014 that expanded areas licensed gun carriers could go. However, he said a free campus carry law would go too far. Gun rights groups, though, have promised to revive the bill next year, calling it an important safety measure. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports FBI request for customer records under a secretive surveillance order increased by nearly 50% in 2015, according to a U.S. government transparency report published this week. Internet and telecommunications companies in 2015 received 48,642 requests, up from 33,024 requests in 2014 for data via so-called national security letters. The national security letter is a tool used by the FBI to gather phone numbers, email and IP addresses, web browsing history, and other information. A national security letter does not require a warrant and is usually accompanied by a gag order. The majority of national security letter requests made in 2015 sought information on foreigners, according to the Justice Department memo sent to Congress. A U.S. government source said the rise in request of national security letters is in part attributable to efforts by militant groups to use multiple accounts across several different communication platforms. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.